Welcome to the TALKESHI podcast, episode 73. Jeez. Hi, guys. Just a quick note. I had to re-record this because clearly, as you can see, I have a new microphone. Very excited to estrenarlo, but still figuring it out, so I had to re-record this whole comeback episode. Yeah, that's very fun. Hi, guys. Like I said in the first time that I shot this, long time no episode. It's been a while, and honestly, there's no point in me stretching out as to why that is. Mental health, really, just like, I really want to be a consistent creator. I just don't think that's possible. You know, this isn't gonna be like a whole episode on why. Like, I feel like I've gone on those little rants before of like, well, I'm gonna try to do this and this, and no. Truth is, my mental health does not always let me be the creator, the best creator that I could be or that I want to be, but I'm gonna try. Like, the truth is that I'm always gonna try to do my best, right? Especially, you know, with something that I am gonna discuss, which is the Eshis. Like, that is a compromise that I have with other people, so I think it's easier really to be like, okay, I'm gonna spend like 5 months planning this and I'm gonna do it, right? But when it's with myself and it's just like these little podcast episodes, it's a little harder, I'm not gonna lie. Hell, I really wanted the Eshis, like the one we're gonna talk about, to be episode either 75 or 100. You know, I wanted it to be like one of those nice numbers, but turned out to be, you know, episode 72, and I'm okay with that. Like, that has to be like a stark reminder of like, yeah, I can't always be my best, but I can try, and that's what we're doing here. I've been listening to a lot of This Is Me Trying by Taylor Swift. So anyway, so 2.5 years ago, I asked myself on this podcast, where do I want to be in 5 years? It's been over 2.5 years since I asked that, and we're at halfway there, right? So thought I'd just make like a little update video, well, the update episode. But I also want to talk about the Eshis. Before we get into that, clearly this isn't the same place. This is like just a different place because I figured that the place that I want to record in is not the best, so I came to a pretty good place that I know I could record in. So, but I do have finally a pink couch. I've always wanted a pink couch for podcasting. I mean, this is really just like a random little bench that I threw like this thing on, but close second. And I really I've always wanted to make my office like my studio / podcast recording room. Let's see how I do that. It's just so funny how I'm starting this season like in here and not where I want to do the rest of my podcast episodes, but you know, just this is a reminder that I'm getting there. But anyway, so the Eshis, it was quite a while ago. It wasn't like last year where like I did the Eshis and then less than a month, maybe like a week or two later, I recorded an episode talking all about it. But this year, I love that it was better than last year's, because like I was already used to planning and all that stuff. It's a lot of work, and I know a lot of people recognize that, which makes me really happy, but it's a lot of work. And it's not easy to be like from January to May just like working on one sole project while also managing my mental health, but I did that and I'm very proud of it. I want to thank every single person that was involved, not just involved in it, but also heavily supported it. Like I really appreciate that. There's just so many people to thank. I've already thanked them all on my Instagram, but just if you were part of the production team, if you were a presenter, if you were a nominee, if you're a winner, which to me, all of you are winners, because honestly, it's so funny how like the last thing on my mind is like, who wins? Honestly, I'm just mostly like so happy to have everyone there. If I'm being honest, like it just makes me so happy to like create this space where a lot of creators that, don't get invited to the brand trips or to the brand events or things like that, like get together and we can all like celebrate just being a creator or an artist together. To me, that's like the most important thing out of all of this. which is really gonna influence next year's Eshis. I'm really gonna spice it up, guys. It's gonna be so fun. You're not gonna want to miss out, especially if you're a creator. So yeah, it was great. I loved how every single person told me like that they just loved the energy. Even the people that like watched it online, they were like, I love the energy of the room, like everyone there was so awesome or whatever. And I think that can attest to like, I don't know, like just, there's the whole echo chamber aspect of it where like these are my mutuals. Sure, this is what shows up on my feed, this is what Twitter recommends to me and this is what my algorithm recommends to me. But I just love putting a ton of different kinds of creators together. To me, it was, like I said, like it's so important to not just put in like brand, what the fuck, lifestyle creators or things like that. Like to me, it was so nice to see podcasters and infographics people and people that like create such different kinds of content that sometimes isn't brand friendly. I think that's what I meant. All together with people that are, like it was just awesome. I think that's the thing with like being a creator. I've always talked about how you can't just like wake up and decide to be a creator, just like how you can't wake up and just decide to be like any typical job, right? Because it's really, I don't want to say it's easy, but if you're a lifestyle creator, it can be a little easier to be brand friendly and for people to reach out to you and hand you sponsorships and stuff like that. It's not easy for every type of creator, but for the most part, that type of content is, right? However, if you're just not brand friendly, and by that I mean like, I don't know, you talk about certain topics that aren't really monetizable always and things like that, or are just like not a very conventional creator, then you don't get typically invited to brand events or are monetizable or can really live off of your content. To me, all those kinds of creators met up, and I think that's what's special about the Eshis audience. I feel like all kinds of creators are just there and we can like make something really awesome out of it that benefits the creator more than a brand. Like, I know brand events are fun and everything, but it's all about the brand and selling. This is an event where like we're just there to make content. Like, if you don't always have the resources for like nice photography or anything to make TikToks for, any kind of content, like that's what the Eshis is for me. To me, it's like for you to go there and to feel special and to feel celebrated and meet people that like are like-minded. I love it. And wow, I'm talking right now and like I feel so rejuvenated. Here I am just talking about something that I love and it makes me happy. So yeah, just to put the cap on the Eshis talk, I just want to thank y'all, and here I am that hoping like not just the event como tal, I hope that the build-up is also really awesome, and just thank you guys for supporting this year's was amazing and unforgettable, and I hope that I get to see all these people again the way I did this year, including with my friends as well and my family who supported me. Yeah, anyway, that's enough Eshis talk, I would say. So here we are at pretty much the half of the episode, and okay. You guys know I shot this twice already, right? The plan for this episode was for me to like watch that episode, like not live or anything. Literally, I took a break, I watched the episode, and then I came back because I had like opinions without having watched it. I hadn't watched it in 2 years, right? A lot of people ask themselves at some point, like, where do you see yourself in 5 years, right? And I guess not only is it pertinent for me to like do it now, I think it's great that I get to, in this moment of my life, I get to remember that 2.5 years ago, I made that question, and to see how far I've come from then, right? So 2.5 years ago, I was blonde. I didn't live outside of my family's house. I didn't drive. Life was so incredibly different 2.5 years ago. I actually have been watching How I Met Your Mother, and like it's all about like how one moment, it's like the butterfly effect kind of, if you really think about it. Like It's all about how everything influences you to get to where you are or where you should be or everything, things like that. Well, I don't know. I guess this podcast isn't like a mental health podcast or things like that, but I do talk about, I talk about a lot of mental health aspects, I guess you could call it. Like I've talked about loneliness, I've talked about friendships, about being single, about career. This is a very varied podcast. So yeah, 2.5 years ago, I was in a very different place than where I am right now. I've come a long way. I'm not where I want to be. I still have a lot of the same ambitions, and it's crazy because I've come, like I mentioned, like I've come a long way from then. I'm not saying that like I've come a long way from being blonde, but my hair was here and now it's like, look at how long that is. Like everyone tells me that, and I kind of feel kind of proud of it. No, but I have made a lot of, like, I'm glad that I could do this. I'm glad that I could sit down and listen to past me be cringe as hell. What the hell was that? Why didn't no one tell me? No, but I've come a long way as a creator as well. In that moment, actually, the Eshis was just like a really funny joke in my head. It was an idea for work, actually. And then I made it into something serious. In like less than a month as well. Like I want to reiterate that I did all that in less than a month. Yes, it was virtual. It was like just going to be a video. And the winners knew beforehand and everything that they won. But still, it was, like life is so different from that one Dia de Reyes than it is right now. And I don't know, man. La vida da tanta vuelta. It's so, I don't mean to get existential, but yeah, like there were so many things. Like my best friends weren't even thinking about kids in that moment, and 2 of them have already had kids. I keep reverting to like I don't want to talk about my life because I don't. I came to talk about the Eshis. I came to talk about like the progress that I've made. Well, I already talked about the past and I'm talking about the present, or we are in the present. So where will I be in 2.5 years? Well, I don't know. I'm thinking about going blonde in the future. Right now, I really want to enjoy being a raven-haired beauty for a long time. But I do want like blonde highlights or something. I don't know. I'll definitely go lighter as I grow older. But I'll be 30 in 2.5 years. I'll also, I don't think my life is going to change that much, actually, if we're being honest. Hopefully I'm better just mentally. Like, I think I've been putting a lot of, like, pressure on, like, things que no tienen que ver. Like, I know it might not seem like it, but I have been the kind of person que le da mucho valor a like what people think and where other people are in life. It's funny how I'm telling you guys and I haven't told a lot of people near me, but I've been thinking a lot about like how much those around me have grown and how little I have, or at least like in comparison to them. But at the same time, like that's the thing, you can't really compare your journey to theirs all the time. You gotta like focus on the things that you value. For example, like, and this is getting really vulnerable, but I think it's no secret that I talk about this all the time, but I don't want to have kids, right? Yet everyone around me does want to have them and have already and have formed families and things like that. And I feel bad that I haven't. And, like, the crazy thing is that that's not something I want, so it's kind of weird to compare your own journey when it's not even something that you want. And that happens to me a lot. Like, I think I just feel very inadequate sometimes, because especially wanting to be a concrete creator, no, wanting to be a content creator, I'm like, it's not a dream that everyone has and it's not easy to do. But yeah. you really can't compare your journeys, especially if you want something else. And that's just the lesson I've learned lately, I guess. This feels like I've been watching a lot of sitcoms too. You know, when you're depressed, you do that. And it's so funny how like all the stories kind of correlate, you know? And I never realized how me sitting down to, because I honestly, esto fue una coincidencia. I was like, I want to talk about like the 2.5 years later, right? Halfway down the journey of 5 years. But like it does have to do with the fact, like with how I've been feeling lately. In other news, how great was Barbie? Right? It's probably my favorite movie from the year other than Spider-Verse because, well, I just have a special attachment to Spider-Verse. But it was great. Nothing much else happened since the Eshis. But yeah, honestly, this was a short comeback video. I thought I would gab and gab and gab, but I guess I just got a little real in this one episode. And yeah, I can't really promise that there's gonna be an episode weekly, even though that is what I would love. I can't even promise that they're gonna be good. I can't promise anything really as a content creator. I did take a break from social media this month. Not even, because honestly, I'm gonna look that up. I've always asked, I feel like I consistently ask on here, like, how do you manage grief while you know, keep on going with your life or keep on working? Or like, you know, sometimes I wonder, like, how do people get out of bed when they're depressed or anxious? Like, I feel inadequate because I can't a lot of the times. And that is a question I ask a lot. But another one will be, well, I guess I forgot the question that I was gonna ask. This is a great podcast. But no, I can't promise, right, that I'm gonna be here consistently or anything, but I'm gonna try. I really do, because I love it. And the question I was gonna ask is how can you be a social media manager and take a break from the internet? Because personally, I need it. Sometimes I would love to just disconnect. And I think I did disconnect pretty, like, a lot. But I also had to take moments to, like, know what the trends were and stuff like that. Because, you know, you need to do TikToks and you need to do social media posts and stuff like that. So that really wasn't easy. But I think for the most part, I was pretty disconnected. Honestly, being on social media wasn't like a big thing for me. I wasn't like too involved in any discourse or anything like that. It was kind of nice. But yeah, it wasn't easy, at least that part, but it was necessary. And now I feel like puedo volver con todos los poderes, you know, and really just, I really hope I don't look back and regret not making these podcast episodes, no matter how shitty. I really hope I do the thing. So hopefully this is a good comeback. I was about to be like, I don't know if you guys saw my 2 blonde streaks, but yeah, y'all saw them at the Eshis, so doesn't matter. But did you all see my autumn attire? I wasn't wearing the glasses in the first take, so I'm glad that I remembered to put on my glasses, which are super 70s, and this is like a super 70s top. You know, that's kind of my favorite. I love the 70s and I love fall, and I love combining those two. I feel like they're always so cunty. But yeah, that's the episode for today. I just want to say thank you to anyone who, first of all, if you listen to this whole episode, thank you so much. Hopefully I can make a really good hopefully I can give you great content this season 4, you know, and season 4 is going to last until the next Eshis. So hopefully I can do what I really want to do, which is make content again and, you know, not push myself, not make myself do anything that I don't feel like doing. Just making the prime good content that I was meant to make, you know, and should make and feel like making, really. So that's what I'm gonna do. And yeah, just very grateful that you're here along for the ride. All right, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I feel like I'm missing something, pero cualquier cosa, pues I'll just write it in the comments. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.